Hey guys, Keaton from Keaton's Corner here. Today I'm back with another fly tying video. I've been thinking a little bit about maybe changing the name of my channel to Keaton on the Fly, which is also my Instagram, and then maybe just making it mostly fishing and fly fishing, but I might not, just a few fly fishing videos here and there. So today we're going to be tying the chubby chernoble ant. It looks like this. It's got legs and stuff. It's a variation of the Chernoble ant. So, yeah. What you're going to need is crystal pearl flash. The hook is a Doriki 710 size 6. And then you're going to need some cactus chenille, any color. I just chose this like blood orange. And then some, crystal emerger yarn. And some silly legs. I'm almost running out. But you only need 2 strands. And then thread is 140 denier in brown. I recommend like 140 denier and up, just because the thinner threads tend to cut the foam when you're tying it. And then you're going to need some black 2mm fly foam. So to start, I'm going to show you guys how to measure and cut the fly foam. And I got this method from Tightline videos on YouTube. He's another fly fisher. So you're going to take your hook. Like I said, I'm using a size 6. A size 8 to 12 works best. I'm just going a little bit bigger because I'm filming. You're going to take your hook and you're going to take the card of foam. And you're going to put the hook right like this, right on the edge like that, and right where the actual hook like stops, the little point right there is where you're going to start cutting, because you want it to be about a hook gap in length. Now you can cut just the length of one hook, or you can just cut like a full strip of it. I'm going to do a full strip just because I'm going to be tying multiple flies, and a full strip can get you through like 3 or 4 flies. So yeah, got your foam. Yeah, so now you're going to take your hook, put it into the vise, and get your thread. Get it started about an eye length away from the eye, and take it all the way back to the bend. At the bend, you're going to take your pearl flash, get like 6 to 10 strands, so come up a little bit. You want about a 2 or 3 inch length. You can go even shorter if you want. So like 10 strands, like this, and you're going to find the halfway point of that, and you're going to tie it in right on the halfway point, right where your thread is. Just a couple wraps. And after that, you're going to take this front piece, you're going to fold it over the back so it's even thicker. And you're just going to cover that in thread and then go down. Then you're going to take your scissors. Mine are pretty dull. And you're going to cut it just off the end of the hook. Like that. Then you're going to take your cactus chenille. Mine's kind of in pieces. And you're going to cut maybe a, say, let's actually find out. I have a little measure right here. So probably a 5-inch piece is maybe 4 or 5-inch piece, probably about good. And then you're just going to strip off some of the actual cactus part and tie it in right there, kind of on top of where you tied in the pearl flash. And then you're going to come up to the front of the hook, right to your initial tie-in point of the thread, and you're just going to start taking wraps with the cactus chenille. And you're going to wrap all the way up to your thread. Now, they don't need to be super big and thick. You can make them thick if you want to give the ant a little bit more of a body, but you don't need to. Once you get up there, you're just going to tie in the chenille and snip it off close to the hook. Then you're going to take your thread and you're going to do open spiral wraps down the hook to about the tie-in point of the chenille. Now, once you're there, you're going to take your silly legs and you're going to cut one strand, like so. You're going to take that strand and fold it in half. Once you have it folded in half, you should have a loop. Loop there, no loop there. Find the halfway part on this, like I just did. Right on that halfway part, so the loop is right there, coming off the hook. You're going to tie it in right there on the halfway part of the silly legs. Then, you're going to take your strip of black foam, and you're going to take it, and you're going to put it through the silly leg so it comes off about, then you're going to measure it to about a quarter, so it comes a 1/4 inch off the eye of the hook, like so. And you're going to tie it in. Once you get that 1/4 inch measurement, you're going to tie it in right where your thread is. Now, it kind of likes to spin around the hook sometimes, so you just got to make a couple loose collecting wraps and then pull them tight. Okay, now that you have this, so you're not going to want to tie this in. You're just going to keep it just how it is. Just how it is. Then you're going to take your immersion yarn, find a good clump. Now you're going to want to make it maybe an inch, inch and a half to 2 inches because you're going to be folding in half. I say maybe an inch is sufficient. Now on a regular chernoble ant, you have a little orange dot called a cider. That's what this is going to be. Just makes it so you can see it easier in the water. You're going to find the halfway mark on that. I found mine already. And right where that halfway mark is, you're going to tie it in right on top of the foam. 2 or 3 nice wraps, so it's kind of like this. And then I'm going to pull mine over and do a couple wraps in front to keep it facing backwards. It's not necessary though. Then you're going to take your loop of silly legs. This is just something I do to keep it from bothering you. You're going to take this back piece of foam and you're just going to fold it up over so it holds it all together like that. That way the silly legs all aren't up in here. And it makes it harder to tie when they're like that. So you're going to take 1 or 2 open spiral wraps about 2 eye lengths away from the eye, so about there. And you're going to get another strand of silly legs. This is my last strand on this hank, but I have another. I have a couple more hanks of silly legs. So you're going to take this, cut a strand, and you're going to prepare it in the same way by folding it in half and then finding the halfway point on that. And you're going to tie it in the same way. Just right there on the halfway point, right where your thread is. So there's a loop. And you're just going to tie it in like that. Then you're going to take your foam. Oh, you can also take the silly legs and do what you did with the other ones by pulling them back. But then you're going to take your foam, so it comes off about a 1/4 inch, and you're going to tie it in right where your thread is. Right there. And then you're going to get some more immersion yarn, and you're going to do the same thing you did with the last. Get about an inch long piece. You want to cut it right there. This. Tie it in right on the halfway. Fold backwards, couple wraps in front. Then you're going to lift up this front little tag piece and go under it and do a few wraps. Then you're going to get your whip finisher, tie it in right there, like that. Now, you're going to take this big card of foam, or you're going to take the two loops, silly legs you made, and put them right back right where they were when you tied them in. Now, it should go on top of the foam, and if it doesn't, then you're going to have to probably, I think there might be a solution to it. I'm not sure. You can just kind of wiggle it around after a little bit. So you have these two loops. They're on top of the foam. And what you're going to do with them is you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut them. So just snip them. So it makes a lot of legs down there just like the other ones. Then you're going to take this black card of foam and you're going to cut it just beyond where the pearl flash is, like just barely. And then you're going to take your legs, you can see. I'm going to put mine like this to show you. And you're going to take them and you're going to stretch them forwards towards the eye, 2 at a time. You got to make sure you have them both for that one side. Sometimes they like to kind of hide out in the wrong area. Get them both. It's that one. Stretch them forwards. Then you're going to come to the other side and do the exact same thing. Get them by 2. Stretch them up forwards. 2. Stretch them up forwards. Then to trim them, you're going to find where it's about 1/2 inch-ish, and you're just going to cut right there. Mine are a little bit too short, but it's okay. 1/2 inch. Yeah, the ones on the left side are a bit better than the ones on the right. Then you're going to take the hook out of the vise, and you're almost done. If you see those are not rounded corners, you're going to want to snip off the corner piece to make it a rounded corner. And you're going to do that on both sides just by holding the hook. Take the hook, put it back in the vise one more time. Get your head cement. I'm using Hard as Hull from Bat Counter Laboratories, just some acrylic head cement, and you're going to flip it over to the bottom part. And wherever has thread wraps from tying stuff in, you're going to add some head cement to those thread wraps. And it should. And if you can get it in between the little crevices on the immersion yarn, then that would be great too, to tie that in a little bit. But if you can't get it, don't sweat it. I kind of got mine. And then yeah, that is the chubby chernoble ant. Just like that. And I didn't tell you guys yet, but I got a new fly tying desk thingy. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. You can see there's the vise right there. A lamp, a little cup from a deer hair. The walls are pin board, so you can pin materials on them. And then, yeah, a little lamp there. I have a little container where I put all my flies. So, yeah. This was the chubby chernoble ant. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.